Hi everyone. Happy Friday. So I am in what I'm working out to be a potential new working space for me. I've actually just purchased a 12-foot frame for my long arm, and I'm so super excited. But in the meantime, I have a couple of folding tables set up and my Juki's over here, and I am in the process of putting the binding on a very large king size quilt. It's 108 across by 95 up and down. And I swear this thing's been almost the death of me. It's been thrown on the ground and kicked and stomped on a few times because I've been so frustrated with it. But now that I've actually got it to this point, my sleeve, I've actually in the point where I'm putting the binding and my hanging sleeve on it, because this quilt is going into the San Mateo County Fair. Now, it doesn't seem like much to a lot of people, but this is the first time that I've ever entered a quilt into anything, and I actually have entered 5 of them into this coming county fair. And the county fair starts the first weekend in June here in San Mateo in California, San Mateo County, California. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of stop in and say hi and see how everyone's doing, and kind of see if I might work on making a few of these little videos more often. I think one of the main reasons I wanted to kind of come on board here, I think one of the main reasons I wanted to share this video is I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what quilting has done for me in the short period of time that I've been doing this. So now, as some of you that have followed my channel in the past may know, may not know, I've only been quilting since COVID. Like, I made my first quilt in May of 2020, so it hasn't been that long. It's 2 years, literally 2 years right now. I have been sewing all my life. I started sewing. My mom taught me how to sew when I was just a little girl, and I would make doll clothes and Barbie doll clothes and patchwork purses and patchwork pillows, but not realizing that the patchwork was kind of quilting. I had no idea. I was 8. But no one ever really made quilts in our family. I know my mom did make a couple of just the big block scrappy patchwork quilts, and my grandmother on my dad's side had also made a few, but I vaguely remember those. Life totally gets in the way, and as a child you're like, oh, I'm gonna go outside and play, we'll see you later. COVID hits. I pretty much had to shut down my business, and in that process it was quite devastating to not have nor be able to have any income coming in whatsoever from your own business. I'm a portrait photographer by trade. That's what I've been doing for a living for over 15 years now. And I had a studio. I had just everything was going beautifully. And then this whole COVID thing hits and it shuts me down. And I was going stir crazy at home, not knowing what, and like so many other people, what's going to happen next. So I decided to actually close my studio after paying rent on it for 6 months, but not being able to use it. And I'm like, this just financially does not make sense. And, a lot of people were like, well, you can get loans and you can do this and you can do that. And I'm like, yeah, but then I have to pay it all back. And I'm not that far from retirement. And my body will tell you I'm far past retirement. It's tired. So I did. I gave my notice. I moved out. The week after I moved out, things started to relax and open up. Then Labor Day, and things shut right back down again. And then they shut back down even harder around Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it was the right move, but it was also a devastating move. I felt like a complete failure. And it had nothing to do with me. I didn't fail. It's the universe kind of failed. But at the same time, the universe introduced me to quilting. And I love design. I've always loved fabrics. I'm kind of a fabric snob. I love fabrics. And I love putting things together and making colors work and making things work. And I see things very graphically. And I'm the same way with my photography. I'm the same way with my watercolor painting. So I've been an artist for a long time. But this was something different. So this whole shutdown and everything kind of introduced me to quilting. And I have now finished probably close to 50 quilts, all different sizes, but I have a tendency of going big or go home. The majority of my quilts are probably 70 inches square-ish. I do make some rectangular ones. This particular quilt that I'm not showing anybody yet is, like I said, it's 108 across, 95 up and down. And this one, no, only a couple of people have actually seen this because I'm kind of keeping it a surprise until it's hanging at the fair. I kind of want to see what people's reactions are going to be to it. I've had a lot of fun with it. Again, I've also had a lot of kind of a love-hate relationship. But I wanted to just kind of come on and say, hey, this is just an amazing community. This quilting community is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's like if you've got questions, ask. People will answer them. Everybody has different ways of doing things, which is what makes it amazing. But out of those different ways, you can go in and say, hey, this really works for me. This makes sense. Or, I can't think that way. That doesn't make any sense. It's okay. You don't have to do anything the way I do it or the way anybody else does it. You need to do it for how it works for you. And I think that's one of the key things that I've learned is to trust my instincts, to trust how I go about doing things. But I'm also a learner. I love to learn how to do new things, different things. I will look it up. I will find it in books. I will find it on YouTube. I will come up with experimenting until I can get it right. And what's really fun with this particular quilt is there's probably about 7 or 8 different fabrics in this quilt that I dyed myself because I couldn't find the color combinations that I wanted. And dyeing fabrics really, I do ice dyeing from time to time just to get different variations or different movement within some of the color fabrics as just something simple for background or something simple for a block. But I also find that a really fun way of adding to that. So maybe down the road, I'll do a quick video on, ice dyeing something or whatever. But right now, like I said, I'm out in my garage, which I had recently had my husband help me set up to be a photographic studio space. And I've decided that I'm going to bring that down to a minimum. And it's a really hard thing to do. I'm still going to have a little bit of space in here where I can do some things, primarily product, commercial type stuff, but small product. But this is where my long arm table is going to go. So I'm going to have ample space in here, and I won't show you the other side of the garage. I literally have the floor painted on my side white, and there's a line right down the middle. My husband gets one side and I get the other. His side's a mess. Mine looks kind of decent. And then as soon as I'm done with this binding on here, because I needed the extra table space for this quilt because it's so big, then all of these tables are going to be dismantled and put away. My machine's going to go back in the house, and I'm going to get ready for the delivery of my table. So I'm super, super excited about that. I'll probably do another video about that. And what else? Oh my gosh. So it's Friday here. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and keep creating, keep making, keep doing. The world needs so much more of fun and fabulous and inventive and beautiful creations. So let's just keep working on that. And thanks for joining me. And if you like this channel and you're tuning in, make sure you like and you follow, subscribe, hit that little subscribe button. And again, I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys taking your time. All right, y'all, have a good one. We'll see you later.